Hello and welcome to a Legacy video. Last time we were playing Is It Delver. This week we are going to be trying out Cephalid Breakfast, which is a deck I've played on paper before. I actually have everything for this deck, so I kind of wanted to try it out online just to see how we do. I was recording this a couple days ago and then kind of had kind of a bad night with the deck, just starting with round 1, and I'll actually have a clip with that to show as to why. It was that bad that I just didn't want to show the rest of the video, and for this one I'm going to actually try to just do a full league with this deck. So we're just going to just do a quick rundown with the deck, and just kind of go over what we're kind of planning on doing with this deck, and we'll later on do a deck review on like where we stand with the deck, if this is something that we're wanting to play for the upcoming Eternal Weekend, which is only a couple of weeks away. So yeah, we'll just get right to it. So here we're playing Cephalid Breakfast. This combo is basically centered on Cephalid Illusionist, hence the Cephalid Breakfast name for it. The combo pretty much revolves around like 2 cards, No Man's Encore and Shuko. Just having one of these, you want to be able to play this on turn 1 and following it up with a turn 2 Cephalid Illusionist, so you can basically win on turn 2 with this deck. You flip over your entire deck, you put everything into your graveyard, so you have things like Dread Return. Use Dread Return to bring back Thassa's Oracle. Along with the cards that you also mill, you'll also hit things like Narcomoeba. So you'll use Dread Return to sacrifice 2 of your creatures, and then one of these creatures that's in play to bring back Thassa's Oracle, and then you just win the game right there. So then you have your like counter magic thing or stuff right here, like Force of Will and Daze, to pretty much back up your combo piece in case you're playing against opposing blue decks. And we have a decent amount of card draw just to kind of filter through our deck to find our combo. Other than that, let's see, we have Prismatic Ending just to deal with like problematic threats, like in case they have like Graph Digger's Cage or Neil Spellbomb in the main board, which some decks are kind of playing those. Memory's Journey is also another interesting card too. This is also another way to play around like Surgical Extraction or bring back cards from your graveyard in case they're trying to like somehow disrupt your combo. This is really good like post sideboard for certain matchups like Surgical Extraction that can kind of try to interact with your combo. But yeah, this is the overall deck. That new version I'm playing of is like 4 Tamios here. I can kind of see trimming down to 3 and playing like maybe a a Ghost Vacuum main, just because Reanimator is kind of a thing. We may want to maybe reconsider that after our last video, since in our last video we were playing Is It Delver and we played against 3 Reanimator decks, but we're open to not play against a lot of Reanimator this time. We're going to just shift over to the sideboard here, go with this really quick. Cavernous Souls against like other blue decks. This is a land that you also just want to use the creature type for Wizard, since a lot of our decks, or I'm sorry, a lot of our cards have Wizard in its creature type. Thassa's Oracle, Nadu, Cephalid. And you can also use this to name, Soldier on here. So that would be able to make your spells uncounterable there. 2 Swords of Plowshares against other creature decks, usually like against Bowmasters, which can be kind of a nuisance against this deck since you have a decent amount of card draw. Consigned Memory against like Mystic Forge or Eldrazi. Lesser Storm against Storm against Storm. There we go. Lost my train of words there. Veil Summer against like blue decks that want to counter. Also black decks that use like Thoughtseize. So this will definitely come in against like Reanimator or any kind of Dimir matchup. Ghost Vacuum for Reanimator once again. Bitfian Needle, usually for like Mystic Forge, or if we're really worried about Wasteland, we can also bring this in. Soul Cauldron against Reanimator, also really good with No Man's Courier, to make all our creatures have that ability. We can even give it to Nadu and just basically target it itself, so neat little thing you can do there. Don't think you can do this with Fairy Makad, but Fairy Makad just in general is a nice free spell. Or just rather an ability here, because you can discard it from your hand and use this as a way to remove 2 cards from their graveyard against Reanimator. And the only way to really stop this card is if they have like a Stifle. Force negation against the combo decks, and then Prismatic Ending for other problematic like graveyard interaction decks. So, but yeah, that's the deck. We're gonna go for a run on this one, see how we do. So yeah, stay tuned and hope you have fun. All right, so we're starting match 1 here. Also, see if we can kind of increase this a little bit. There we go. All right. So it looks like we lost the dice roll. This would be a great hand if we had at least a land here, because we have a couple 1-drops. But I think we're just going to ship this back and find something better. Luckily enough, this deck can kind of mulligan reasonably well, so I mean, if we feel like we want to mulligan this hand again, we could. Here I think we're okay to keep this hand because we have part 1 of our combo, and if we draw a Cephalid, well, I guess we don't have any green sources here, so come to think about it, we may have to be delayed on a turn here, but I guess we have two card draws that can eventually find our combo. Basically a white source here, so we can try to win on turn 3 if we can. I'm going to try this and see how we do. Probably just put back the memories journey. Alright. See what our opponent's playing. Hopefully not a Reanimator deck. Of course, if I say an Underground Sea, then yeah, we'll see why. I would highly doubt they're playing Reanimator since they're playing a Windswept Teeth. Oh, well, we drew our basic planes just right on time, so, I mean, in case we draw a Cephalid Illusionist, we could just win as early as turn 2, so I kind of like jamming this No Man. Of course, our opponent could have a Swords of Plowshares to deal with this. Also, just playing basic planes here, we can play around Wasteland effectively. Hedge Maze. So, I guess we could be playing against the mirror match here. No? Alright, so our opponent on Swords of Plowshares. Looks like we might be playing the mirror. We'll just kind of F6 here.
Oh. I was gonna say, if you lick the straw, it tastes different.
Alright, well, we drew a Force of Will, which is nice here, because then we can at least use it to pitch one of these cards. I think this is probably a Ponder turn. Of course, I do want to play Urza Saga, but then we have nothing we can cast on this turn. Lead with a Tropical Island and play a Ponder. Let's see, we see Cavern Souls, Saga, and Swords of Plowshares. Might want to keep the Swords of Plowshares just in case we are playing against the mirror, but I kind of wanted to start seeing better cards here. I would keep if we had a Nadu here, so we'll keep this in any order, but we will shuffle, and we draw a fetch land. Alright. Which actually works fine with our Brainstorm.
Can I show you some rhymes that I've done recently?
Volcanic Island, okay, so this is some 4-color deck. Maybe like Up the Beanstalk.
Okay, so I think I've definitely shown you for
Could be like splashing red for like Pyroblast. And so we drew a Flooded Strand, and I think I'd rather play this just because we have a basic island left in our deck. I am kind of tempted to play an Urza Saga here just because it looks like our opponent's not really doing anything. So it might have been smart to just actually play the Urza Saga instead.
thinking about trying to draw
let's lead with a brainstorm just to kind of get more information here. I doubt our opponent's going to counter this. One thing with this deck is you can sometimes draw the one of Dread Return, and it's what I could probably say is dreadful to draw. Can't really cast this card from your hand, so you have to just basically have it in your graveyard. So we can just pretty much easy like put these two cards back and then shuffle away. Great thing about Brainstorm. I guess we have both of our Surveil lands. I guess we could have shuffled this away, but let's see. I doubt our opponent's playing a Wasteland, so we'll just get a Tundra. We could always just get it with Misty Rainforest to get a basic island. Okay. I'll use this to cast Ponder, in case we draw a Nadu here. And it's Dread Return, I swear. So we'll have Dread Return be the last card we draw this second. We'll draw this. Maybe we could probably just play the slow game here. We can kind of set up our combo to where we can have maybe multiple Force of Wills to combo against our opponent. Actually, important to note, I just now noticed this, our opponent's actually playing at least an a Yorion deck here, so. Of course, I'm a little bit late to the party now figuring that out. So I could see, like, up the beanstalk. I mean, this is cool. At least we're not playing against Reanimator, which is not something I wanted to play round one, at least. Alright, so we'll do the same thing we did last turn, is play a Brainstorm. And I think we can just shuffle these two away. And what's nice is we can actually now search it with our Misty Rainforest. Get a, could always just get a Hedge Maze. Well, actually, let's just get Hedge Maze, just so we have two green sources available. Brainstorm. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. Okay. Yeah, we'll try a Ponder here. Well, there's the Nadu. I don't think we want to jam it just yet. No. Yeah, we'll play Urza Saga here. And just kind of pass it back. If we're playing against like some kind of 4-color build here, Urza Saga is kind of hard for them to deal with. Alright, so 5 colors here, so it makes me think that they're playing like Leyline Binding. So that is definitely an answer to our Nadu. 2 mana here, probably enough to the Beanstalk? No, 3 mana. Ah, Uro. We'll get value off the land here. And they do have enough to cast it next turn. We won't play this Brainstorm just yet, since we are drawing another Brainstorm. Play this Fledgestrand, and then I think we can just, again, pass the turn. We could also play Shuko here, but we'll be able to search one up with it next turn. Opponent with 5 cards, so they must, I don't know what they have in hand, at least some number of Force of Wills. So it looks like our opponent's going to try to jam a Uro here. We'll try to do like an emergency Brainstorm here. Okay, so we have the Swords of Plowshare, so we have the option to at least Swords this. That way it's permanently exiled. So if we let the spell resolve, we will respond to the trigger so they don't draw the card, but I also think we may want to just consider countering this. So let's put the Shuko back and the land back. Now I kind of want to play the Cephalid Illusionist here. Or I'm sorry, we want to keep this. So I guess if we force a will here, they'll probably force a will back. So we'll put these two back. So I think we might just be all in on this combo. So we do have Nadu. We can cast next turn, so we'll try to... Well, actually, you know what, before we do, let's fetch this away. Actually, let's cast another Brainstorm just so we have more options. So Brainstorm here. Narcomoeba. Okay, so we'll put the Savannah back at least. I think if this spell resolves through Force of Will, then, I mean, we have Swords backup, so I think we can just put this Force of Will back and we'll leave that one on top.
And then when he actually goes to do it, the dad stops him and then goes and like talks to her, and the dad is like, "You need to start being."
Okay, so spell resolves. That's good.
He just trying to kill himself, and she goes, "Give me a week and I'll get him all the way there."
We'll do an end of turn, make it a construct. And we do have the option to make another construct. We can try to win on this turn too. They have 6 cards in hand. I can't imagine this combo is actually going to develop well, so kind of like just being able to play a little bit of a slower route here. So we'll create a construct. This will be a 2/2. Or now a 3/3. And we'll try to play a Nadu here.
Oh, in this show, the reporter was like the 7th or 8th character death.
Okay.
Person that's been murdered.
So Leyline Binding, most likely going to hit our Shuko here. And I think this is okay resolving.
These guys go to...
Cool. Because now if they want to interact with Nadu, then we'll at least get value off of this. So we'll attack with this Construct token. Fortunately it's a 2/2 because they took out our Shuko. Probably could have considered attacking first just to get the 4 points of damage. Brainstorm, we'll let that resolve. Alright, so another Leyline Binding. This one I think is most likely going to hit our Nadu. We could try to force a will this back. I don't think it's worth it. We hit a Tamiya, that's good. This Tamiya sticks around with the attack triggers. This will beef up the construct tokens. This is also a card to pitch with Force of Will, so in case we draw a Shuko, we could try to combo off. We didn't get that, just another land. Let's start with an attack for 4. I'd love to see more Urza Sagas if we're going to draw lands. Alright, yeah, we'll play this Tamiyo, play this land. We do have another Surveil land, last I checked, so... Could be playing into like a Supreme Verdict if this deck is playing it.
So when she was like
is this? Rashad, what is it? Yep.
She was right about
Bargain.
with, like, she learned
Yeah, so they have to be playing like out the beanstalk in this deck.
and their mommy bought her work.
Double Teferi, wow. Swords Splashers, yeah, that's fine. And they'll be able to play Uro next turn.
See a Beth, a girl, at like 11 or 12.
Seems to be the case here.
To feel comfortable on horse.
Opponent's already gained 6 life just off of Uro this game.
And Beth gets her
Or,
horse and
wait, I think it was just 3 life. Never mind.
her mom's horse kicks back.
Because we countered it the second time they tried to cast it.
And Beth and her brother went over to her mom.
So,
And the mom's like, Beth, go get your father.
I think this is actually okay to just hard cast Force of Will. Get used to just wanting to pitch a blue card here, but we can actually just hard cast Force of Will and just hope this gets countered.
Learn how to ride your fucking horse. And if I die here, it's your fault. And then the mom dies.
Cool. Looks like they let that resolve. Another Leyline Binding? Ah, Prismatic Ending. Alright. Runs down to 5 cards. Okay, so... Oh, we could try to combo off here. They're leaving up mana for Sword Splashers, so I'm not too confident, but I feel like with a deck like this, we are just kind of all in. Let's try to play a Shuko here. Maybe they try to Swords here now. This is going to be 3 damage coming their way. Alright. I mean, since I don't think we're playing against a Thoughtseize deck here, so I think we're... Not sure if I want to actually jam here. Yeah, see, they have a Leyline Binding, so they would definitely disrupt it or a combo. Most likely going to hit the Shuko, yep. Sadly, that's the last one, so... I have to kind of rely on No Man Carrier. Let's see, they're 2 cards away from casting Uro here. Okay, we drew a Nadu. Would have been nice to have that with Shuko last turn. So we'll attack for 1. Getting the slow beats in. Well, Nadu resolves, that's good. This also looks like a deck I would definitely be playing here. 4 mana. What are they doing for 4 mana here? 5 mana. Solitude, okay. Hardcast and Solitude. Okay. Well, we could try to Swords our own Nadu if we want to get another trigger. I don't think it's worth it. Oops. Did not mean to F6 there. And this matchup's going to be a grind. Of course, our opponent only has 3 cards in hand. We gotta removal eventually here. Okay, so they put Yorion back into their hand. They could have casted this turn, but no reason to play it here. Another Cephalid Cephalid Illusionist. Final combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by a target creature you control this turn. Actually, you know what? We'll hold that back because we can actually use Force of Will to pitch it with this one at least. Yeah, we'll take 3 there. At the beanstalk, there it is. Yeah, I don't want to actually counter that too. Well, play the Urza Saga. Unfortunately, we won't be able to search up anything, but we'll try to get value off of this by getting more constructs. Yeah, we'll just pass back. With 5 cards, one of them being a Yorian. And of course they can play Yorian next turn and just get 2 of our construct tokens. They could also wait until we get like all 3 of them out and play and maybe reset these like Leyline Bindings if they want to. Highly doubt it. Alright, 5 mana. Looks like they might just be casting Yorian here. Okay. So they draw a card. Well, I guess we probably should have responded to the card draw there. I think we want to hardcast the Force of Will here. It's the second time that we're playing it this game. 2 mana, 3 mana. They're hardcasting their Force Negation. Yeah. So I think they're gonna hit their At the Beanstalk, Solitude. Pretty sure that would just be about it. Okay. If Solitude comes back, they're gonna hit our construct. We'll gain a life. I'll draw a card. Okay, so we have the combo. Of course, they have well, I guess we should have saved our Force of Will, but oh well. I think we just have to kind of be all in. Oh, we should have played the... Need to play the Illusionist first. That way we get some value off of the mill. Well, they had exactly that, so... Yeah, we played it in the wrong order there too. In fact, if we played Illusionist, they would have had to Leyline Bind in here, and then we could have played our another Illusionist. So, great. Oops. Yeah, it's something I've done before with this deck too, is you always want to lead with Illusionists, so then that way they have to target this. Quantum Riddler, that is awesome. Love seeing this card even in Legacy here too. Alright, swords this. Probably just gonna get too much value. Let's just see what our next card is. If it's not another No Man, we'll just go to game 2. Opponent has like so much value here. Wait, what the heck? Okay, there we go. Well, at this point, we're just letting our opponent drain the clock. this doesn't seem like a good matchup for us. Alright. I'll create a construct. I don't think we're swordsing this turn. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna get it in the next game. Opponent's got us good here. Okay, so we'll just do a Veil Summer, Cavernous Souls. Well, are they actually even playing any? I mean, I guess they're playing Force Negation. I didn't see any Force of Will. Flusterstorm. We can consign Leyline Binding Triggers. I don't know if that's where we want to be. Noodle. Veil Summer and Cavernous Souls are probably our best options here. Oh wait. I want to bring in swords as well too. Not sure if I really like Daze in this matchup. We're gonna... I feel like that's like the one card that you probably take out the most here. Prismatic Ending can at least deal with Uro and Out the Beanstalk, so we do want to keep those in. Not sure if this is a Memory Journey matchup where we want to keep this in. So I kind of want to take this out, unless there's something I'm probably missing here. Veil Summer, I mean, I guess we have Force Negations to... Let's see, Leyline Binding Swords, Out the Beanstalk. They do have a decent amount, but I don't know if that's where I want to be. I think we'll try this and chip it back. Alright, so we're on the play. We're down a game. Alright. Oh. Yeah, we got a nice poker hand here. But no, let's say we draw Shuko or Nomin. We can try to win on turn 3. Oh, we'll try this. Plus, it doesn't seem like a matchup where they're winning anytime soon, so I think we got some time. We'll fetch a blue-white Surveil land here. Yeah, we'll keep a Tamiyo. It's at least something that they probably want a Swords or Force of Will if they want to. Yeah, we'll play the Tamiyo, not the Illusionist just yet. Carpet of Flowers, okay. It's good to note. So now they'll be able to use that mana. We did keep a Prismatic Ending, so if we draw a Prismatic Ending, we can deal with that at least. So we won't fetch this to get a Surveillance, since that other Surveillance will be an island type, so we don't want to give them too much islands. Yeah, we won't even fetch here. Yeah. Drawn 3 is Cephalid Illusionist. That's funny. Alright, so we'll attack. Let us go to attacks at least. That's good. Alright, here we'll get a Plains and a Savannah. we'll play this Nadu. Oh. They even let that one resolve too. Feels like they might have a swords. Not even a swords too. Okay. So they can only make 1 mana. Of course, they can spend this mana to cast a Leyline, but I know it's going to cost them 3. Got the Beanstalk. Okay. Got the Beanstalk. Let's see. I'm sorry, Solitude here, so I'm gonna target Nadu. Get a land. It's gonna help out our opponent. What is this? Oh, is that Prismatic Cannon? Yes, it is. We'll keep that on top. So we can use that to get rid of Carpeted Flowers and play Nadu. Our opponent's gonna Ephemerate. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so we can't really play anything next turn, I guess. Guess we could play an Illusionist just to kind of bait that out. Could try to hit the Beanstalk, but I feel like hitting the Carpeted Flowers is better. Could also just not play the Illusionist here. And just set up our turn to draw a card. So let's draw a card now. We'll ship it back. And we're just doing this just so that we can fizzle the Ephemerate. Another of the Beanstalk. Ugh. Alright, so we have 4 basic land types. Their Leyline Bindings are going to only cost 2. Okay, so we're not going to make the same mistake that we did last game, so we're going to lead with an Illusionist. And try to play No Man. See if they try to counter this. They could have a Force of Negation too. Let's see, if we try to combo off here. Manifest Dread. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. Oh, and thank you for the follow. I thought you were following me. What the heck? No. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm doing good, though. We are jamming some Legacy here. We're just getting some reps for the Eternal Weekend coming up. Playing a deck that I'm used to playing on paper, so we'll try this online. I don't know yet. I kind of am a little bit more set on Phyrexian Dreadnought, so that's probably the matchup or the deck that I'm most likely going to be playing. But I also need to borrow Phyrexian Dreadnoughts. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't really decided on a deck yet. I don't think this deck is playing any Wastelands. Alright. They're all tapped out too, so I'm kind of hoping to just combo off here. Ah, they have a Force of Will too. Alright. And they draw 2 cards. Damn. Our opponent has everything. Oh. No, I appreciate that. I may take you up on that, actually. I know there was a list that I was playing that had 3 of them. But I kind of like being able to play 4. Yeah, I really haven't decided on a deck yet. I know, what was it? My last Legacy video I did was Is it Delver? And we played against like 3 Reanimator decks, which was insane.
I wish I was a reporter in the White House.
Let's see. Opponents, oh yeah, opponent already ephemorated. Let's see. We have 8 minutes left on the clock, so we need to at least try to win as soon as possible. We'll go Tamio.
I would straight up, with no worry about the consequences to myself, like Mr.
And
President,
Nadu, I guess.
how do you respond to the fact that you're speaker?
We'll just keep this illusionist just in case we draw the other half of our combo. Oh. I was gonna say, you are also a person who has played this deck before too, the 4-color build. I could also be set on playing a deck like this too. I might have to maybe showcase this in the next Legacy video. We are on a, what is it, we're playing round 1 with this deck. Pretty sure our opponent's gonna get this in game 2 here too. Yeah, Force of Will with double of the Beanstalk, it's pretty good. They have 5 cards, I can't imagine we're gonna win this. I think I'll be on Dimir Tempo, it's my wheelhouse. Are you actually going to Eternal Weekend? I thought you said that you were, I guess you were thinking about it, but I knew you were going to Atlanta for MagicCon. Yeah, I've also kind of eyeballed Dimir Tempo. I saved some deck lists to play for future Legacy videos, so that's one of them. I was playtesting it just for the practice leagues outside of like recording these. I do like the Dimir Tempo. That is one deck I would love to jam. I'm just trying to jam some Legacy decks that are not exactly Reanimator or Uso spells. Yeah, I'm kind of sad there's no dual commander as well too. At least there's pre-modern. I'm digging the crap out of pre-modern right now. But I agree with you. I wish we were playing some dual commander there because I would be on board with that. Okay, so we want to be able to fetch this stuff away. Well, I guess we want to draw the Brainstorm. No. Brainstorm here. Yeah, put those 2 cards back, play the Ponder. Any order, we're going to shuffle these away. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, opponent with 7 cards in hand. We have 6 minutes left on the clock. Even if we win this, not really sure if we can win game 3. I like the better, or what is it, Bitter Triumph. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I was practicing that deck the other night too. I also really like Haito in there too, just being able to like bounce like what is it, Orcish Bowmasters back to your hand. I actually did that in Modern a few times when Kendall and I were on the Dimir Ring control deck. It was a lot of fun, and you could also like what is it, Ninjutsu back a Brazen Borrower. So yeah, I think our opponent's really gonna win this. I mean, we're not dead just yet. Yeah, we're at 1 life, so I guess we're just gonna have to hope our opponent just has no removal. This Urza Saga a little bit late to the party. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you make it out to Eternal Weekend. I would love to see you out there. I'll be out there with Kendall, so that will be It'll be a blast. I've never been to Eternal Weekend. I think I might even just bring Dual Commander just on the side. Even though there's not going to be any Dual Commander. Alright, so this will put us down to 1. I mean, we definitely have some outs. We're just going to have to hope that our opponent has nothing that can answer our combo here. Okay. Still not dead, assuming that they can't interact with the Swords to Plowshares. Some cards, okay, so as much as I would have liked to attack with Tamiyo, block. Okay. I don't think it matters. Five mana. What are they doing here? Oh, just hard casting. Alright, looks like they got us. What are we thinking here? I always think, like, when we have one half of our combo, it seems like it's worth keeping. We also have Daze backup, so I think it's fine. Let's say Mire, Lotus Petal. Okay, this is Storm. Swamp. Dark Ritual. Oh, this could be Oops All Spells. Oh, Entomb. Yeah. Grizzlebrand. Yep. Good God. We're gonna get destroyed. Daze is not Force of Will here. So it's like just mono black well, yeah, just mono black. It's a great start. Okay, opponent Dark Ritual. I kind of just want to go to the next game. Yeah, we're just gonna go to the next game. I won't even show my hand to our opponent. I think this is what we'll bring in. That was a nice start to our opponent. And we have Daze here. I think we do want to keep Daze. Let's see, Memory's Journey. We'll definitely get rid of the Prismatic Ending, even though there is the chance that they have Orcish Bowmasters. I mean, assuming our opponent just doesn't know what we're playing, I think we can probably just safely take out this Memory's Journey for now. And we could probably just revisit it in case we play at game 3. Tamiyo might be a little bit weird for this matchup. I think we can kind of trim down on some. Of course, Daze might also still be bad. So we want to keep in like Force of Wills just for, well, we might even want to bring in Force Negations too. Let's see. Of course, we have a decent amount of graveyard hate here, so I think this is probably fine. Yeah, I don't think we need to board in any more stuff. So we won the dice roll. We'll definitely keep this since we actually have like Force of Will with blue card, which we should have had in our last game, but yeah, we'll try this. We also have the Tamiyo Brainstorm combo here. Not sure if it's a Wasteland deck. I mean, if it's just Dimir. We could probably just safely just play an island here. That way if they do Wasteland us, nah, I think we should still play a Tundra. Just ship it back here. Maybe we'll try to go with the combo. Let's see, red, Faithless Looting. Alright, so this might be like a Rakdos Reanimator deck. I mean, if it's Rakdos, then we don't really have to worry about like other Force of Will. Seems like this is like the bad version of Reanimator. Of course, it just kicked our butt last game. Alright, Grizzlebrand and Faithless Looting. Now there is probably an argument for us wanting to play Urza Saga last turn so we could try to win a turn early. I kind of like being able to play Tameo here just so we can attack and use like the not treasure token but clue token here. Yeah, let's play a Brainstorm here now. This and we'll keep the Swords of Plowshares to draw just in case. Yeah. Flip the Tameo. Especially since they're tapped out here. Not sure if they're actually playing like they could be playing like Fatal Push or Lightning Bolt. So we just want to be able to play around that. And we'll just ship it back. Alright, so opponent leading with a Lotus Petal. So they have 2 mana. They could try to animate Dead here, and in response, we can just exile Grizzlebrand and a Faithless Looting. Get a nice 3 for 1 there. See if they're actually going to try to go for a Reanimate Dead. Well, they're definitely thinking here. Unmask. Okay. What is it? Spoils of the Vault. Well, we're going to do this now because I feel like they're going to take this card. I'm pretty sure our opponent kind of had an idea that they were playing against Cephalid Breakfast here. So here I'm not really sure what they would want to take here. I would think maybe a Force of Will. That way if they want to try to combo, then we have to pitch the other Force of Will with Illusionist. I could also just see picking the Illusionist just to disrupt our combo. Yeah, that makes sense. We have double Force of Will, so we can Force of Will, pitching this other Force of Will to counter maybe their best card. Alright, so we're drawing Swords of Plowshares. What was the other card that we left on top? I can't remember. Alright, we'll play a Plains. Tick up, unless we want to Brainstorm here. I just I want to get this closer to using the emblem. We also have this clue token, so our construct that we make will be a 2/2. Oh, I can't remember what we kept on top. So another Lotus Petal. They're missing their second land drop. Spoils of the Vault. Okay. That's rather interesting.
No.
Alright, so Dark Ritual. Don't think we countered that. 4 mana. Oh, Show and Tell. Ugh. So one of them's got to be a creature here, and I'm pretty sure it's a Grizzlebrand. Alright, so it looks like that did not work out for them. Good for us. So we will... Oh, let's see. I don't think we need to crack this clue. I think we just get aggressive. Make a 2/2 here. That's right, we have a Tamiyo. Oh god, yeah, okay. So we probably should have used the Force of Will to pitch the Tamiyo and then have a Force of Will back up. Whoops. Alright, since we're not really doing anything but... Well, might need to hold up mana in case they try to do the Show and Tell again. Of course, with 2 cards, one of them being a big creature, they would have to have... I think they would have to just do this again. So I think we're just kind of more on the beatdown plan. We also can get a Ghost Vacuum here too. I kind of like doing that. We'll take up. Yeah, we'll attack for 4 here. And we could use this Ghost Vacuum now, but I think we want to wait until they try to do something for the graveyard here. Alright, looks like we're going to game 3 here, that's good. Okay. So I wonder if bringing in more Swords of Plowshares might be best. Illusionist. Now it might be a little bit slow here. I don't know if we actually are wanting to kind of go in on this. It's actually kind of funny that we can exile a Grizzlebrand and then we have Grizzlebrand activated abilities. This is probably where we do want to bring in Force Negation. Now, we could bring back Memory's Journey. Okay. The only thing is we might want to bring in some more swords, but I feel like they're heavy on the let's see, they're heavy on the graveyard interaction. Honestly, I don't know what to really take out. And we have Force of Wills, probably bringing in more Force Negations here. Because if we take these, I'm just kind of worried because we want to be able to have ways to interact for game 3 here. I should just do this. I think Nadu is still a strategy that we want to keep. Yeah, let's just try this. I'm just thinking like taking out a Nadu for this matchup might be necessary. Oh my god. Hate drawing this card in our opener. Though, just having a Force of Will with a blue spell, I think I'm okay with that. And plus, we can always use Brainstorm to put this back on top. So I think I'm okay with keeping this. Also, I just don't want to mulligan against a deck that has like Thoughtseize and, what is it, Unmask. Alright. Lotus Petal. Save our opponent's gonna try to combo off on turn 1 again. Dark Ritual. Okay. Scary. Thoughtseize. Well, I feel like they're taking the Force of Will no matter what. Yeah. Does our opponent just have it? Yeah, we're not going to Force of Will that. Wish we had double Force of Will. Show and tell. Yep. You know, I kind of want to just have Urza Saga in play. Yeah. Brutal. Well, our opponent knows our hand, so we're just going to F6. I'll see. I guess we could have like Force of Will the Dark Ritual there. Still don't know if that's right. Well, Ghost Vacuum, not what we want here, especially since they have Show and Tell. I think we try to do a brainstorm. Well, I don't think we even need a brainstorm now. Definitely want to play a Ghost Vacuum here. We can probably play a brainstorm next turn, or not next turn, end of their turn. Okay, we're gonna go down to 4. But of course they're just gonna gain their life back. Opponent's Lotus Petal heavy here. I mean, we can pretty much just win out of nowhere here. We have a couple turns to kind of stabilize. Okay, so our opponent will go to 11, we'll go to 13. Of course, they could also have a decent amount of removal spells here. Back to 4. I think we're going to respond to any like Thoughtseize or Unmask. Bayou. 19 cards. Yeah, I think I kind of forgot. I think we're supposed to Force of Will the Dark Ritual, but I think if they have Lotus Petal, then they could just do it again, I guess. Yeah, I always forget about that. But yeah, we're gonna brainstorm here. Hopefully drawing a Cephalid. Okay, we did draw a Cephalid, and we want to make sure that goes back on top. So we will put the Dread Return second from the top, and then this on top. And and just hope we win. I guess we shouldn't have sex here just yet. Oh my god. Okay, they're taking the ponder. I am kind of curious on what my opponent might do here. I'm sure they probably have a way to disrupt our combo. Dark Ritual. Okay. They have a lot of cards in hand. I'm just kind of hoping our opponent just has like nothing here. Or are they going to try to play an Atraxa here? Or they need to sacrifice that one, yeah. Atraxa. Interesting. Okay. I think they're just trying to kill us next turn. Okay. These are cards that don't interact with our combo. So hopefully we can just win next turn because we'll get a Shuko. And assuming that they don't have like a surgical extraction, I think we might be able to take this down. Or even a Fairy Macabre, but we just have to just kind of hope that they don't have that. They're hoping to win next turn, so we need to win on this next turn. I'm pretty sure I stacked it right too. With Brainstorm, so we should be drawing the Cephalid. Witherbloom, Unmask. Alright, so they're probably just gonna maybe try to unmask one of these cards out of our hand. Okay. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. You want to get rid of the no man. Okay, so we could put this away. Alright, going to the end step, I don't think it matters, so we'll just hit a Dark Ray. Well, I guess we could hit Show and Tell. Opponent's gonna discard to Oblivion here. Yeah, we're just gonna hope that they don't have any way to interact with our combo. So no surgical extraction or Fairy Macabre, and I think we got this. Normally against like other decks that I've played, this would just straight up kill us next turn. Tropical Island. Urza Saga. Alright. I just cut this out. Why did they discard here? It doesn't matter. Alright. We are going to float a mana. this. Play this, and hope we win. Trying to think of what our opponent could have that could actually just kill us here. Save targets. Alright. So we're gonna keep doing this until we hit 2 Narcomoebas. Just basically our whole deck here. Cool. Put these onto the battlefield, yes. One problem we have with this deck is there's just a lot of clicking, so we just have to keep doing this until we have the combo. Or, obviously, when we have no cards left. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Sacrificing here, here, and here. Trade return. You were. And we got it. Cool. Beat Reanimator. So we'll go to round 3 here. What a game. Whew. Playing round 3 here. We are on the draw. Can we have a hand that seems kind of medium here? I do like the idea of just having turn 1 Tamiyo here. I don't want to be like dedicated too much to our combo. I think this is kind of just an okay hand to keep. Alright, so we're playing against what looks like Mystic Forge combo. And they're already off to a good start here. Wow. Wow. Oh, and they have Tormod's Crypt. Lovely. Yeah, I think we still wanted to keep that hand. I mean, not knowing what we're up against. Of course, our opponent is playing a main board Tormod's Crypt. I mean, Graveyard Hate is kind of a thing in this format, which is why we probably should be running Ghost Vacuum. I think when I was playing this deck on paper, I was playing a main deck Ghost Vacuum. Definitely wasn't heavy on the, what was it, Tamiyo plan. Okay. Ponder. Well, this Illusionist would be great if there was no Tormod's Crypt here. This all just seems really, really bad. Of course, I wouldn't mind drawing this for Force of Will. So we'll draw this Force of Will. No. And then fetch the other 2 cards away. Oh, we should have played the Juko. Whoops. Especially some. Damn. Yeah, that's gonna set us back. I think we have to Force Will this one. I mean, they just had the turn 1 nuts here. Kind of wish we had a Force Will. Yeah, we're just gonna go to the next game. That was a crazy start for our opponent. Alright, luckily enough we have some reasonable reasonable cards that we can bring in against them. Oh yeah, Piffy Needle. This is one of the matchups we do want to bring this in. Member's Journey will definitely take out. Probably want to just take out an Illusionist here, just because they have some mainboard hate. Since we're on the play here, I kind of want to keep these days. I could also just actually I can just see them being taken out here. The other options are like bringing in another Prismatic Ending for like Manifold Key. Let's see, Tormod's Crypt. Probably take out a. Well, I don't even know if I want to take out a Tamiyo. Probably say. Oh wait, well. Probably can take out a Swords of Plowshares. We want to keep in one, at least. Yeah, we'll do this. Well, each round. Go rounds 2 and 3. Our opponent has just the crazy turn 1 plays here, so let's see if we can have our crazy turn, maybe turn 2 play. Since this deck does not win on turn 1. Yes, we would love to be on the play. Well, here's a hand that has Force of Will and Force of Negation with 2 blue cards, but we are gonna just play a Tamiyo here. Yeah, I think I'm okay with keeping this. Funny enough, we might want to use Force of Will over Force of Negation, just because we can cast this a lot sooner. Armola's down to 6. Okay. Play a Tamiyo and pass the turn. We have no white source, so this no man is kind of unfortunate. God damn it. I don't know why we almost have 6 there. Force of Will, pitching a Tamiyo. Yep. Hope that we draw another blue card. Alright. Whew, that's good. It's a good question, actually. We actually do want to keep that, I think. Alright, so opponent gonna play a One Ring here. Mystic Forge. Okay, this does feel like a card we do need to answer. So we brainstorm here and fail to find 2 other cards that are blue. Seems kind of like a rough spot, honestly. I feel like the correct answer is just to go Force of Will, pitch a blue card here, but I just don't know if we want to get greedy, because we know our top card's a Savannah. The other 2 cards could be like no blue cards, and then we just let this thing resolve. And that is some good card draw engine. They have 2 cards. You can see. I feel like I don't want to risk it. Plus, we have this Tamiyo here that can just keep drawing us. What is it? Cards with our clue token. Could have also used that brainstorm to flip the Tamiyo. I just don't know if it's, I don't know if it's right. So we want F6 here, or I guess we did take out the Dazes. Okay, so they have a Tezzeret. Not as scary as I was kind of hoping for, so... Piffy Needle. Alright. I guess they would Piffy Needle this. This is another reason why we play Shuko too, because if we have Shuko with Cephalid breakfast or Cephalid, then that's another way to play around this. Yeah, new Tezzeret is kind of cool. Kind of curious to see if we would have drawn another blue card. Okay, so yeah, I guess we would have flipped, or what is it? We would have found Brainstorm, but that we don't know that for sure. This would have been our last card drawn. We'll send them both at Tezzeret. Okay, so this Tormod's Crypt is kind of keeping our graveyard in check. So we'll start with a Brainstorm here. I'd love to combo off right here. Once again, they have these two cards in check. Two. I think we bottom, or I'm sorry, we put both of these on top. Play this, and then play our Illusionist, and just ship it back. Yeah, would love to combo off, but they have both of these cards. So, his last card was an Urza Saga. And we can actually kill that Tezzeret. So we'll Surveil. Yeah, we'll put that in the graveyard. I think we're good on 4 lands for now. Keep drawing this card. Okay, so we could try to bring back a Brainstorm, force our opponent to use the Tormod's Crypt, but I think we just want to tick up. Do a little Searing Blaze action here. Alright, so now our opponent can start making constructs. Oh, they're just going to make a construct now. So why now? They draw Karn. Oh, this is a Culligan's Command. Got it. Also, gets rid of another Illusionist here. Draw the Narcomoeba. God, we keep drawing this too. Alright. Take up Tamiyo. I think we just deploy both creatures. I don't think the deck plays with any board wipes here. Opponent could also have another Piffy Needle in their deck. We're just kind of hoping to use the emblem here. Nox Opal, okay. So our opponent's last card in hand. 3 mana, 4 mana. Yeah, of course it would be the Ring. Yeah, we'll block with an Narcomoeba. And then draw half of our deck. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Lots of cards. Okay, so we have Piffy Needle, which can name Crypt. and then we can go. Did we actually? Oh, oh, not even a Cephalid. Wow. Or no, we took out one, right? Yeah, we took out one. One's in our graveyard. We could also use this to name the One Ring, but we also want to kind of stop this. I don't think this is gonna do much for them if we name that. I am not seeing another Cephalid, so let's lead with a Ponder. Did draw another ending. Actually, come to think about it, we can ending this as well too, and then name this. So let's do this, this, and this. No. So many cards in our hand. Oh, they're just at 16. That's funny. The One Ring. Okay. Yeah, just unfortunately we are not... don't have another... Yeah, we don't have a Cephalid. Okay. So we will play a Tundra. So many things we can do this turn. Oops. That. Yeah, we already played our land. We've already activated that. I think we're just good to ship it back. Now our opponent could slowly die to this One Ring. There's a Saga. Alright. So opponent just sent into the face there. Yeah, we'll just take the 8 damage. Yeah, we just need to draw a Cephalid. Not quite. So we'll take up on Tamiyo. Let's just do that right off the bat. Could also just play Nadu and just get there with it. Yeah, let's do that instead. And this is one of the crazy shenanigans that Nadu can do. This is also just a backup strategy. We also want to keep mana open in case we draw a Dread Return. It's going to be a lot of clicks here. Oh, Flooded Strand enter the battlefield, got it. Tundra. So a lot of clicking here. I'll make sure to probably just edit some of this out. Alright, so we had Thassa's Oracle. What is our devotion? I guess this does not count towards it. Ponder. Okay. Opponent kind of sees the writing on the wall, so they don't want to waste any more time, which good for our opponent. I kind of was doing a little too much there. I think we were both kind of being bored to death there too, and I'm sure people watching too. So going to game 3 here. I don't know if we actually change up anything else. We boarded out a Cephalid Illusionist just because I think they're gonna have more graveyard hate against us, and we can actually just win with like Nadu strategies. In fact, we can actually have this combo where we can just mill our entire deck over just about and just go Nadu and play our Thassa's Oracle that way. So we'll just, yeah, I think we'll just kind of ship it back. I guess there's arguments for keeping in like maybe some of these swords, but I think we'll just keep it as is. Alright. See if our opponent tries to go crazy on turn 3. Oh my god. I would take a land, like any land here, even if it was a tap land. This is an incredible hand if we just had just one of these being a land. I'm almost tempted to kind of keep it, but we kind of have to mulligan. Plus our opponent's mulligan as well. Okay, so this hand's also very close. We can win on turn 2, assuming that our opponent doesn't have any way to interact with the graveyard, so we'll keep this. Now, what do we bottom? I think we bottom just the swords here. Bottom mulligan's down to 5, and then they're going to keep their 5. Right. See what you got, opponent. Grim Monolith. Alright. Well, we're going to hope that we can win next turn. Would love to see the classic turn 2 win here. Okay, it looks like our opponent's gonna go K-Command on our, oh. Yeah, I guess we should have played Shuko instead. That's fine. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we'll play this. Yeah, we just need an untapped land. Yeah. Never. Well, not exactly game. They can just. Did they just. Oh, they have Karn here. Lovely. Liquid metal coating. Yeah, our opponent just got us. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We just needed to hit our land and we probably would have won. But, oh well. Okay. Round 4 here. We are on the draw. I think we, what is it? We're 1 and 3 with dice rolls. Oh my goodness. Great hand if we probably even had a 1-lander. We're gonna mulligan this. Yeah, not knowing what we're up against, I feel like this is probably okay to keep. Also mulligans down to 6. We can put this Oracle back. This is one good thing about the deck too, is the London mulligan where we get to put a card on the bottom. We can bottom this Oracle. I do think, I mean, if we draw back-to-back combo pieces, we can win on turn 2 with some of this backup. I'm gonna try this. I don't know if this is worth keeping though. Like in an actual like like Eternal Weekend. But this is our safe bet, I guess, against like if we're playing against some combo. Alright. Swords to Plowshares can at least keep that in check. This looks like this could be the mono white deck I was playing against at one of my locals. Oh, well there we go. We're already halfway there. Of course this deck plays Wasteland, so we want to fetch. I don't even know if we want to fetch a Tundra, because if we get a basic plains, we can't daze. think we still Tundra here. You can see our opponent leading with a turn 2 play here. Of course, I could also see double Obsolete Pride. Of course, Skylaw Souls being a 1-2. Alright, so 1 damage coming in. Oh. Opponent has nothing? Don't know if that was a misclick or if they just got a 1-lander. Okay. It's fine by me. We will daze this. So they kept the Swords of Plowshares on top, that's why. They're doing this on the L-Cube, which is smart of them. Because if we draw our piece, then that does set us back a turn. So we could play the Tundra that they already know. Let's just actually play that, and then kind of attack back them for 1. Could have played the fetch land instead, and then surveil, try to dig a little bit deeper to our combo piece. I think I also want to keep this as an option for, what is it? Like an island. Obsolete Pride. Okay. So we'll Swords this before they go to their end step. So this card is so annoying. Alright, Swords this now. See, you gain life this turn, you just don't have a cat. Okay, we drew another Force of Will. That's good for us because we can go Force, pitch Force. We'll play our Mystery Reinforce now. Just have this back and forth one-on-one damage. Okay, now our opponent's playing a Wasteland here. Right, 1 mana. I think if it's another Pride, I think we do have to Force of Will that. Not sure if our opponent wants to use this Wasteland. Looks like they're actually tapping it for mana, so yeah, Ajani, we will for sure be countering that. Tend to F6 too much, so I forget that I can just fetch a Surveil land here, which is something that we should do. We'll get an Archive just in case they decide to get our Tundra here. Surveil. Another. Yeah, we'll keep Nadu on top just in case they have an answer to this Nadu. We'll play this Nadu. Oh, alright. Opponent just does not want to see us combo out. Darn. Alright, well, with No Man and Nadu, we were at least going to get like 4 activations out of this. It's kind of shows like how dumb Nadu really is. Okay, so this is definitely a creature deck, so we'll bring in Swords of Plowshares and Prismatic Ending. Cards to take out. Since we're on the draw, we will we'll probably take out Dazes, even though we could use this on a turn 1 play, or was it play an island, and we can use this to counter a Ajani at least. I think Memory's Journey can also be taken out. I feel like this is another matchup where I think it's safe to take out Piffing Needle, probably for like Wasteland, or if they flip Ajani. What are we taking out though? I feel like we could trim a Force of Will, since this is not really a combo deck as much. Tameo, I think we want to. I think I'd rather keep a Tameo over Force of Will. So let's actually do this. We'll take out a Force of Will. Oh my goodness. I mean, we were playing, what, 19 lands in our deck? When it mulls down to 6, we will join our opponent. Sometimes these Surveil lands are a little bit awkward. I understand why they're in the deck, though. So... I guess if we keep this, we could go Counter Souls, naming Wasteland here. We can also use Counter Souls, let's see, yeah, Wizard. I think we just play a tap land, but I guess they could hit us with a Wasteland next turn. Kind of like being able to do a turn 1 Wasteland, but it really kind of depends on what their turn 1 play is. I think we want to keep this. Oh. Yeah, we have like so many 1-drops here. The Tameo Brainstorm is one thing I like. We definitely want to keep this. We want to have swords for their creature removal. Epiphany Needle, Name, and Wasteland. I want to keep this because if we draw the Cephalid, I wish this was just our starting 7, but I think this is probably our best option. That might be wrong. Okay, so they have black in the deck. Interesting. Alright, so Thought sees us. Dude, I could see this Brainstorm or Tameo being taken away. I guess if they hit Epiphany Needle, they could, that kind of means that they probably have a Wasteland. I would like to draw an untapped land, like a fetch land or a tundra. Maybe even a tropical island. And then we can go Epiphany Needle. Assuming that they don't take the Epiphany Needle. I'm guessing they're taking, yeah, taking the Brainstorm seems like the best bet there. Cool. We drew a Misty Rainforest. Because we drew a Misty Rainforest, we could also play Tameo. So we don't need to play Needle just yet. Oh, I guess we could have just done Cavern of Souls for that same reason. Yeah, that... Well, yeah. No, I'm sorry. If we play Cavern of Souls and then Tameo, then they could Wasteland us. Yeah, Island, Tameo. See what our opponent does for turn 2 here. Could be a Johnny turn. Swords of Plowshares, that makes sense. Well, of course we bottomed our No Man. Alright, so we'll archive here. See what we keep. Oh yeah, we'll keep that and try to win next turn. Epiphany Needle. Well, smarter of our opponent to actually fetch, because if this actually resolved, I could have also chosen the Windswept. Sure, our opponent has had that interaction before. So they put a Scrubland in their graveyard. Yeah, and I think we still name Wasteland, because if they Wasteland, then we can only play Illusionist next turn. So yeah, we'll name Wasteland. Just hope we don't get thought seized. Kind of just want our opponent just to tap out for like a Najani. Ah, good. Alright, Najani. They have 2 cards in hand. Kind of hoping our opponent just taps out here. Okay, they do not. This makes me think that one of their 2 cards in hand is a what is it? A swords. They've already used a sword, so they would have to have 3 left in the deck. You could also have Solitude, pitching a white card. I think we just have to make them have it. Yeah, we have to make them have it. Yep, and that's why you jam. Cool, we got it. So it looks like they just didn't have anything there, so that was awesome. Yeah, because I think if they had an answer to the Illusionist, we could just try to draw another Illusionist. So I think that's kind of why we just wanted to just go for it. I think if we let them go to their next turn, they could actually just draw the answer that they need. So the 2 cards that they have left in their hand just was not an answer to this combo. So good, we're 2-2. Let's see if we can try to at least go 3-2 this league. All right, going to our last round here. We have finally won the dice roll. Okay, well, 3 brainstorms. Wow. We got our Shuko. We can also get another Shuko. Not sure if we want to actually play it on turn 1. I mean, if we had Cephalid here, we would just try to go on turn 2. We'll still keep this. I think the only reason to play Brainstorm... No, I think we try to jam. I think we're getting a little bit greedy if we try to like play against some like deck that can win on turn 1. I mean, as shown in games 2 and games 2 and 3. Yeah, like our opponent, it looks like we're up against Mystic Forge combo again. Like we could try to use a Brainstorm, try to draw a Force of Will or Daze, but I like being able to maybe try to win here on turn 2 and see if we do it. No, we do not. Opponent survives another day. Alright, so we'll play the Flooded Strand and ship it back. Yeah, we got these 3 Brainstorms. I'm pretty confident that we'll draw a Cephalid amongst these cards. So let's see. There's a Saga. There could be Tormod's Crypt mainboard in this deck too. Oh, and this is kind of funny. We're actually playing against Tony. He is actually known to be a legacy streamer. Should actually let him know. Okay, so we will bin these 2 cards. guess we failed to draw a Daze or a Force of Will there, so Tony's gonna get lucky this time. We'll get a, I think we just get a tropical, well, let's see, we have double blue here. We need the double white for anything. Probably just need double blue for just to cast everything. Yeah, we'll play Nadu. Of course, we draw a Force Will right on time. Cool. We'll just ship it back. One ring kind of annoying here. Was hoping to draw into an answer there. Alright. Having a nice little chit chat with Tony. And so he's gonna draw more cards here. 3 mana open. We do have a Force of Will to keep something in check here. Okay, it looks like now he has 5. I don't know, these Ancient Tombs can deal a lot of damage over time. Wow, so he's already at 13. Probably playing a Karn Flashbreaker. He already has 9 cards in hand. I think we're okay with letting this resolve. I think I'm more scared about it like a Karn. And tap in with the ring, that makes sense. Yeah, I understand, like, not using the Force of Will. Like, if we Force of Will this Flashbreaker, our opponent's not really, like, doing all this stuff. I also have Mox Opal to tap for 4, 5 with the Spawn. Could also try to call, what is it, K command here. I think here, let's see, Paradoxal Outcome. Interesting. So we countered this is kind of cool. So they can play they can recast their stuff. I think this is where I do want to counter this. Two Ancient Tombs, okay. Well, I have a Daze here. So we'll probably deploy both our creatures here. Versus Saga. Always yield. Lay this Tameo. And we'll try to combo off here. Okay. Cool. And good enough for Tony to just scoop like that, because this guy plays a lot of Legacy. He definitely one of the Legacy enthusiasts. If you haven't checked out his Twitch, you can kind of follow him right here, his actual name right here. So, okay. Well, let me sideboard first, and then I can talk more about this guy. So I think we bring in these 4 cards. because we're on the play, or sorry, on the draw, I think we also need to bring in this prismatic ending. I think the dazes also come out since we're pretty much bringing in 3 cards. Taking out the swords. I think we did take out an illusionist since we could see some graveyard interaction again. Other than that, let's see, Tamio's pretty good. I don't know. We'll I think I'd rather have the combo itself here, so we'll try this and see how. Yeah, because we're against Mystic Combo. This would be kind of an okay hand against like a fair matchup. I kind of want to mulligan this hand though. Yeah, let's mulligan this. Oh, yeah, we'll have to mulligan this too. Okay. We'll keep this, and I think we probably just want to ban a land here since we kind of want to keep these other spells. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, Manifold Key. Yeah, I don't want to distract him. Kind of feel like I'm almost like fangirling here, but I will say like I really admire Tony's content. I was introduced to him by a couple of friends of mine who also play Legacy, and yeah, if you're, yeah, like I said, another shout out to him. He it's some of the best Legacy content you can watch on just like on Twitch or YouTube. I think him and Bosch and Roll are great Legacy experts. Alright. I also don't want to feel like I'm distracting him too, so let's see. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, we're missing a land drop here, but we want to still play our No Man. Alright. Pass the turn. I'll put the fear in his eyes with the turn 2 win, hopefully. City of Traders. Grim Monolith, we won't counter that. Manifold Key to untap 5 mana, 7 mana. Wow. Is this an Ugin? Interesting. And this, oh, this makes 3 mana. Wait. What does this do? Whenever one or more creatures and an opponent attack you and you aren't blocked. So he'll draw, what is it? He'll draw 3 cards, but then we get this back. Actually, yeah, we'll let him resolve this. This might be greedy. Because I can see him tapping this to play a Karn or a One Ring, and I think we counter that instead. Paradoxical Outcome. so now there's the One Ring. Yeah, we definitely want to counter this. Maybe we pitch the Brainstorm over the Ponder, since Ponder can see 3 cards and we could shuffle. Yeah. Yeah, let's pitch the Brainstorm. Okay, so we draw our land. Good timing there. And of course we draw 3 lands. But we do get 3 mana off of this. Let's ponder. Oh, what are we thinking here? I guess we could. We kind of do want all these cards. This, and this. No. We already played a land. So yeah, we'll just ship it back. Kind of surprised he's actually not streaming right now, too. Tell me the channel. Okay. So. Here's a key. Yeah, that's. Or he's activating the key. I got it. 6 mana. Now, this is a Nugan. We also have this Consign to Memory that we can also counter the ability and the spell itself. Let's see. Paradoxical Engine. Ooh, that is a tough one. So we know the top 2 cards. It's a Nadu and a Prismatic Ending, and then we can, let's see, 4 cards in hand. What is this card actually doing? I think that's fine. I don't know, prove me wrong here. Okay, so he's playing an Urza Saga, which is going to get rid of the City of Traders. 3 cards left. Defense Grid, which we can still... Which we can still pay the 3. Huh, another Jeweled Lotus. That's funny. Gosh. And you get the untapped of the lands here. Oh, we should have brainstormed it in response. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So 1 card in hand, I just don't know what the 1 card is. Oh, whoops. Oh, God, and we're shuffling those cards away. Oh my goodness, yeah. That was really bad. That was so bad. There we go. And I don't know if that's right. I mean, we could also take advantage of that to draw three cards here. Just kind of curious on what the next card is. Might have made more sense to just actually counter this. Ooh. Alright. Now that could be good. Yeah, it probably makes sense to counter this. So I guess they wouldn't have had all this. Alright, we have 5 mana. Yeah, we kind of messed up there because we fetched away the other 2 cards. Having that Nadu right now would have been fantastic. Yeah, maybe I was right to actually counter this Paradoxal Engine. Okay. I'm hoping that it's just a land. Doesn't seem to be the case here. Damn. That's a good one. Alright, so looks like Tony's gonna combo off here. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see his kind of take on this. Like, from my perspective, I'm sure it probably made sense to actually consign the Paradoxal Engine, because then this would not be happening. I think I was just kind of getting a little bit greedy based off of like what cards he had left in his hand. Wow. Now this is a lot of mana here. It's kind of cool to see this in action, though. I don't think I've seen the list actually running Paradoxal Engine. At least this was main board, I would assume. Paradoxal Outcome too. I love seeing that. We saw it in game 1 last. Yeah, I feel like we probably could have won this. I don't know. I think if we consign the Paradoxal Engine, we draw the Nadu, try to maybe combo off there. Holy smokes. Well, Manifold Key, you can do this 3 times. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's got it. Kind of curious on what I would have drawn. Ah, oh well. Yeah, that one was kind of a major punt there. Yeah, I kind of got excited when he cast the first jewel, the jewel, converted jewel that draws 3 cards, and then I draw the 3 cards. Of course, we drew 3 lands there. Yeah, I think it made more sense to consign the engine. I'm pretty sure that was kind of a no-brainer. Alright. No. Fantastic hand if we had at least a land here, but we're going to mulligan. Yeah, this hand is great. This is our turn 2 win, and we have Force of Will backup. Yeah, I think this is an easy put back. Yeah, this is probably the best hand that we have had all league. So let's go. Get a Savannah. Yeah. Well, just making sure that I'm not like misplaying here. we'll also make sure to not F6. Well, yeah, let's see if we get there. Mystic Forge doesn't really have a lot of ways to interact. Oh, what the heck? Ticklers. Oh, well, I guess they're playing he's playing Paradoxical Outcome. Keeps a card on top. Okay. I guess there could be Force of Will in this deck, too. But it's gonna have to have it. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a nice way to kind of end the league there, playing against Tony. So, well, that was fun. All right. Well, we just 3-2 that league. So we'll go right to the. Let's see. We're just gonna go right to the. What is it? Deck review. All right. So, deck review time. Well, gotta say, like, ending the league like that. We played against 2 Mystic Forge combo decks. Tony playing in like a very unique take on the deck, I will say. I will have to tune into that deck. Whatever he's playing, it's playing like the Paradoxical Outcome. Also a big fan of that card too. So, yeah, it was great. We were able to combo off on turn 2, which is what this deck is kind of known to do. It was kind of nice to end the league with that. Going 3-2 with this deck. I do like this deck quite a bit, both on paper and online. Of course, you do run into some issues where sometimes you run into like drawing the Dread Return or Thassa's Oracle or even Archimedes, so you have some cards that are essentially dead in your hand. But I think sometimes it does make up for like cards like Brainstorm, so you can just put those cards back. We didn't really run into a whole lot of that. A couple days ago, I was drawing this card so much that it was getting on my nerves, but that's kind of the annoying part about playing this deck. So what do I think about this deck? Is this something I would probably take to Eternal Weekend? There's probably a good chance. With our league, we did play against a Reanimator deck, but it wasn't like a Demir Reanimator. I could see running at least a 1 of Ghost Vacuum in the main board. It was something that I did play on paper a few months back, so I could see revisiting that, probably taking out maybe a Tamiyo for it. Tamiyo was good overall, and we did Emblem, I think, twice this league. So when she does Emblem, we're most likely to win the game overall. But deck list felt kind of nice. A lot of nice play patterns. Also, just playing Nadu as a card by itself. It's great on our side of the field, but it's atrocious seeing it on the other side. So this card got banned in Modern for a reason. Would not be surprised if it ever gets banned in Legacy for the same reason. Might be a little bit too slow for man. Hard to say. But Nadu is also just a nice strategy when there's a lot of graveyard interaction. You can actually just sit there and just kind of draw out your deck, and you can actually also just combo off in a different way with Thassa's Oracle. Just if you get enough creatures out in play, get your library low enough, you can actually win that way too. Kind of an underrated thing you can kind of do with this deck, but generally the combo is just doing the Shuko No Man with Cephalid, which is the most common thing you can do. Sideboard, I could see just probably making some other changes. Soul Cauldron was kind of nice. I could probably just see this being like maybe a Rest in Peace, or probably just another Ghost Vacuum. We didn't run into any Oopsal spells, so I could see, I don't know, I could see this being like maybe even Surgical Extraction or another Fairy. Cavern Souls was nice against against the blue matchups that kind of ended up mattering. Pithing Noodle. A lot of good sideboard choices. We did see 2 Mystic Forge combo decks, so if this is something that we're going to run into quite a bit, I can see upping another Consign of Memory. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I would play this deck again. definitely another deck that's kind of high on my radar of decks to play. There's so many decks that I want to play that's outside of Reanimator and Oozhov spells. Format looks fun overall outside of that. So if you're looking to jam this deck, I hope I kind of give some good insight with the deck. Stay tuned for another Legacy video because I'm going to be doing more Legacy content pretty much leading up to Eternal Weekend, and then after that I'll be shifting the gears to Modern since I'll be qualified for, or since I'm already qualified for the RC Vegas, and we'll be doing a lot of Modern content there too, but I'm hoping to do a decent amount of Legacy content as well, so just kind of follow me on my journey. Stay tuned for more Legacy. We'll see about what I want to jam for the next one. I think I got one kind of in mind, save some deck lists, so we'll see about that, but besides that, yeah, had a blast playing this deck. Stay tuned for the next video. Hope you enjoyed. See you around. Whatever. Right, Tundra. We would have actually surveilled away this Nadu, which would have been perfect. So we'll just have options for our mana base here. Player not Nadu. Any reason to do this before attacks? No. Okay, so if we can hit a land, then we can win on this turn. Yes, there we go. And we're just going to play the Illusionist now. Alright, so I'll probably just hit Assassins. Most likely we'll be doing this for a while. I had the win. Oh my god. That was so frustrating. Oh my god. Sign us up here once again. That's the return. Okay. Oh, we have to attack. So frustrating. So we drew the return, which is not our turn library. Sign us up there. I think what we're trying to do was try to hit a land into obviously finish with the return. So just be able to cards left. Okay. And not doing something with this return slay. Okay. Let's just see if we just start with the games here. I got this everything. Alright. Yep, we're just gonna just put them in. That's everything. Let's see here, because we have... Okay, yeah, we should have won. Okay. Great start to this first round, too. First round return. This is the first thing that was actually just a yellow return, and you just need to find ways to put that into... Oh, you might, okay. You know, I think we still win this turn. I don't remember, because it looks like we have 2 brainstorms. Okay, I'm easy here. I think we can just mill up ourselves, because we also have no returning. Oops, that's why. Okay, so we mill ourselves out. And then we shall back 3 brainstorms. Okay, I see the line playing now. Okay, this is so embarrassing. Alright, so... Now we're just learning how we win. Brainstorm, we will try brainstorm, and ponder. So on here. Right, crack glue, brainstorm. Okay. I just fucked this up. Should have just done all brainstorms.